Howdy! Hi guys, it's me. Today, I'm gonna be introducing a completely new series to my channel, In Defense of. This series is gonna be talking about games that, in my opinion, are underrated, underappreciated, or have been shat on by people recently. Our first subject for this show is gonna be DKC Free. First episode was originally planned to be Sonic 1, but yeah, I decided this game deserves a lot more attention than that. So yeah, let's get right into it. So DKC Free is most of the time is considered the black sheep of the DKC series. Why? There are a few series. Some people say because it came out late in '96, when the same year Nintendo 64 was coming out. The music wasn't as good, people say, and Kiddy Kong exists, which I'm gonna be replying to that. Anyway, let's get to the gist of the game. So first of all, the story of the game is pretty simple. After events of DKC 2, Donkey and Diddy went to the Northern Hemisphere, an archipelago, for some vacations. You know what? After all those shenanigans in DKC 1 and 2, I don't blame them. Anyway, they go, and after a couple of days, they don't seem to return. So Dixie Kong goes investigating to find them. That's the basic gist of the story. But though it isn't explained in the game itself, it's explained in the manual, which is a bit weird. You know, some people can get confused, like, huh? What's the story of the game? But you know, I think everybody just knows the story of the game by now. It's not a big deal. Anyway, gameplay is mostly unchanged from DKC 1 and 2. You still go around beating bad guys, collecting bananas, going inside bonus rooms, and yeah. Now we have a new character on our side. Since Diddy and Donkey are gone, we have Dixie and the new and the most controversial Donkey Kong character, Kiddy Kong. Now, most people said Kiddy Kong isn't good because of his design. His design is a fat baby, which is pretty hilarious. Actually, his origins are pretty funny. Some of the developers at Rare said that they watched a comedy show and it was basically a giant baby, and they thought it would be funny to put that in the game. You know what? I appreciate the effort. It actually worked for me. For some reason, really fucking hate Kiddy for some reason. Like, I don't know, like, they feel like I feel like it's their worst enemy ever, saying how he's stupid, he's dumb, he's a baby. Well, you know what? Shut the fuck up, Kiddy Kong haters. He's perfectly fine. You know, actually, if his appearance isn't bad, it's okay. The gameplay wise he's good too. He's like Donkey Kong. He's heavier. He can't throw Dixie. You know what? You just want to blame this game because you just want to blame games for the sake of blaming. Anyway, our adventure starts in the level Lakeside Limbo, which is a lakeside level, and yeah, it's the level you're seeing right now on the screen. Pretty simple level, pretty cool. We have new mechanics introduced in the game. First of all, Dixie, when she wants to do the tag mechanic with Kiddy, she can barely jump because Diddy gets on her back, and since Kiddy's so heavy, she basically gets destroyed. She can barely jump, but actually, you know what? This mechanic is pretty useful for smashing through some things that are for the 103% completion. And Kiddy throwing Dixie is the same. So yeah, I think this is good. The tag team mechanic is the best in the series because you want to keep both Kongs alive. You know, for Dixie throw Kiddy at hard obstacles and enemies, and for Kiddy to throw Dixie in the bonus room so they can access it. Speaking of the bonus rooms, there are a few new ones in this game. The ones that return from the previous games are the star mini games, the beating up enemies mini games, and a new mini game is collecting bananas, collecting green bananas. This mini game is pretty cool. I wish it came back for modern Donkey Kong Country games like DKC Returns and DKC Tropical Freeze, but it's okay. Anyway, let's talk about the music. The music is actually really good. Like, it doesn't beat DKC 1 and 2, but damn, it comes near close. The music in this game wasn't composed by David Wise. Instead, it was composed by Evelyn Fisher or Evelyn Novakovic, which worked on DKC 1 and 2 soundtrack, but mostly on a tiny bit of the music. But now she's in full charge. And damn, her soundtrack is a banger. Instead of being atmospheric and emotional like the last two games, it feels more epic and bouncy and cartoony, which isn't bad at all. I think it actually adds to the atmosphere of the game. It makes the song fit better with the games. So you know what? Good soundtrack. For people that say the soundtrack isn't good, they can fuck right off. Anyway, so if everything's good, then why people want to shit on this game? Well, you see, this game was coming out around the same time the N64 was coming out, and since the N64 was the new hot console with 3D graphics and Mario 64, everybody, I think, turned their attention to that and basically completely forgot that this game even existed for a while. Anyway, that doesn't matter. This was probably many kids' last Super Nintendo game that they bought before the N64. Anyway, the game was actually critically and financially successful. Critics saying if it's a swan song for the SNES, then it's a pretty good one. And yeah, financially it even sold pretty good. It sold around 3.4 million copies, which for a first party Nintendo game ain't that bad. It's pretty good. Anyway, so let's just get to the game and get over the controversies. So the game has a few worlds. First of all, the overworld map is pretty good. Instead of being linear like DKC 1 and 2, it's just a full open world, and it's just great. You can explore around and collect things and reach new worlds and the levels. It's great. You move around with these vehicles, and I will talk about the vehicles later. Funky gives you a boat, and then you can upgrade it to a hovercraft. And then another thing, you get the idea. Anyway, there are a few collectibles in the game. First of all, like I said, the bonus rooms are, again, for the main collectibles. In the last game, DKC2, they were Kremlin coins, which you used to buy secret levels with. In this game, there are bonus coins, which use the same purpose as the Kremlin coins. You can find them in bonus rooms, and at the end of the game, you can buy new levels with them. Pretty cool. The second main collectible is the DK coins. Now, the DK coins in DKC2 were just out in the wild. You can go explore and get them. Pretty cool. But damn, this game even makes them better. First of all, there's this enemy named Coin with a K. Of course, we have to stick to the Kremlin skimming of starting anything that starts with a K or with a K. Anyway, you throw a barrel at this guy who's dead and see that he doesn't die. Actually, you have to throw a barrel behind him so he can bounce off the wall and hit him from behind. This guy leads to some pretty cool puzzles, which I really appreciate for this game. It should be appreciated more. And another main collectible, or a few last one, is the banana birds. Yes, you heard me right. There's some shit called the banana birds. Now, these banana birds are horrifying abominations of hell. I don't hate them, okay? I don't hate them, but these guys, who came up with these? Who? But actually, you know what? The idea of a bird being a banana it's pretty cool. You find them in these caves and you have to do almost rhythm game or Simon Says esque kind of game. Like the cave says for you to push one of the four main face button X, Y, A, B in a certain order, and if you do that, you can get the banana birds. Remember those because those are gonna be important in the game. Anyway, so Dixie and Kitty venture their way and they meet new enemies, which first of all, we don't see K. Rool in this game. I mean, spoiler alert, we do see him at the end of the game, and it turns out he's behind everything, you know. But the enemies are wild living, almost like they've been experimented on by some mad scientist. Foreshadowing. Anyway, as the game goes on, the tones and themes get darker and darker. Something's not right. Something's up, but we don't know why yet. Anyway, the themes of these levels are great. We have our first level, which is the lakeside. Then we have the wood factories, and then we have the forest, which are pretty cool, and then there's the factories themselves, which are really fucking cool. They give this 1930s-esque horror movie-like aesthetic, which is really goddamn cool. And we have waterfalls, snow levels, razor sharp mountains, and the castle of K. Rool, and the Lost World, which I will talk about later. So yeah, the aesthetics of the game are good. In my opinion, the sprite work in this one are really better and then DKC 1 and 2. They were finding, but damn, they've seen some improvements. Anyway, let's talk about the game. Well, let's see, what's there to talk about this game? Hold on, let me, what's the thing? Okay, there are some gimmicks in this game, a lot of them in fact, but I don't think these gimmicks affect the gameplay at all. I think these gimmicks just make the game better. They just make them cooler and more fun to play. I don't know why they would be annoying to some people. I just don't know, man. This is stupid. Anyway, we make her, and also there are the Brothers Bears in the game. The Brothers Bears are a series of bears who are brothers with each other, and these guys almost feel like they give you a RPG-esque mission to do for them. Like one of them says, "Oh, give me this mirror so I can give you this prize," or "Oh, give me this shelf so I can give you this banana bird." It's pretty cool. They're not annoying at all. I love them. They're pretty great. They make you think outside of the banners and really give the Northern Hemispheres some atmosphere of themselves. Also, there's been some conspiracy that Banjo-Kazooie is somehow connected to the Donkey Kong series. How? You see, in the Brothers Bears, all of their names start with B. Some of them I can remember, like Bazooka, Brash, Bramble, Bajarn, Blue. There's a lot of them. But have you ever noticed this? Banjo? Banjo also starts with B, and he's a bear, and he has striking similarities to the Brothers Bears. So is he secretly a member of the Brothers Bears? I don't know, man. If it is, then it would be pretty cool. Anyway, Dixie and Kitty find their way. They defeat K. Rool and rescue Diddy and Donkey, and then we go for 100% completion, which is really fun. Then we go to the Lost World and we buy some levels, and yeah, these levels are pretty cool. They're tough as nails. They're great. You have to play them. Anyway, after you finish them, you get the final level, Rocket Rush, which is really fucking cool. You go inside a rocket made of fucking barrel, and then you go downwards and upwards, and the controls are reversed for some reason, I guess for making the level harder. And yeah, it does its job spectacularly. Makes it great. Anyway, we defeat K. Rool for the second time, and we rescue all the banana birds to their mother. Yes, there's a banana bird queen. She's been cursed by K. Rool, and we now have to save it. Thankfully, we rescue her 15 banana bird child and free her, and then she gives K. Rool a lesson he never forgets. Drops her eggshell on his head. Yep, it's that funny. That's the original ending of the original DKC trilogy. Yeah, if it seems a bit wacky than it was. But you know what? This game is great. It's been heavily underappreciated by some people. I don't know why they just trash on this game. I guess it was because of those 3D and 3D games were coming back around then. But hey, I think at the times has passed by, we can appreciate the game for what it is. Actually, you know what? This is my second favorite Donkey Kong Country game as of now, and it really comes close to beating DKC2, but there are some things that still keep DKC2 for being my favorite. DKC2 is still my favorite. I don't know, I think the fast-pacedness, the music, and the atmosphere just a little more memorable and better. That, although that isn't against this game. Anyway, go play this game. It's great. It's amazing. It deserves a 10 out of 10 on IGN. Anyway, yeah. Play this game on anything you can. Play it on the SNES, play it on the GBA ports, or in my best way, play the Switch Online port. Yeah. Play the Switch Online port. And yeah, basically, this game is great. You go play it right now, or I will shoot you with a motherfucking gun. Thanks. As always, this was the first episode of In Defense Of. And yeah, tell me what games you think are underappreciated or underrated so I can cover them and make some audience out of this quote-unquote job. Yeah, that's basically the gist of it for this game. Go play it, and yeah, bye.